Boom. We good?
Okay, audio seems to be coming through on my end. Hello everyone, welcome to a special night stream. I'm joined by my good friend Joe, Clitorius Rex.
Hey guys.
Okay, let's see if that. Give it a second to see if it catches up on the audio.
Okay. Oh, did you get that picture,
so,
by
Joe,
the way?
Audio seems to be good on my secondary device. I'm gonna unplug my earphones from that. That way I could just hear you directly. We are joined by my good co-worker. He says, I'm here, but I'm at a school dance. Nothing weird here. I guess he's chaperoning or something. He's chaperoning, but he's bored enough to watch us stream. Good to see you, dude.
Oh, I'm glad we rate higher than, a dance.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. So, we're just drawing creatures. Joe is working on character concepts for multiple stories he has, and I'm working on character concepts for one of my playing card games.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
We just really
trying
want
to figure out what we want.
Yeah, we just really wanted to draw today, and we didn't know what to draw, so we're like, screw it, we'll just draw a bunch of weird-looking creatures.
Yeah, why not? All right.
I am immensely cheating. I got some random stock images offline. In fact, they have the watermark on them. I'm just using them just to like lay out. Trying to use them to like lay out the anatomy and like just how I want the character to be standing in frame.
Okay.
Then I'll semi-trace and of course fix it up afterwards. I've been having so much trouble fitting these characters into the cards the way I want to, so I've just been like fudging with like, like this photographs of people posing and then like trying to use that,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Such is life.
Nah, even more so for me. I was thinking of something like maybe 3 mouths across on a slant,
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
just a little bit of body horror, not too much, just a little bit of body horror.
Well, I mean, I see this thing starting like this, but then it multiplies and becomes like all 5 like extremities, which is like the head, the 2 hands, and feet.
Okay. I'm right now posing a kind of a mad scientist. I found a photograph of a woman dressed in a lab coat, looking very shocked and surprised, and I'm just posing her to make it look like she's holding a propane tank in her, like the handheld propane tanks.
Oh, the acetylene torches.
Yeah. This is for my game concept, Kill It With Fire. So each character needs to be holding some kind of weapon that produces fire. So she's the short range arsonist, if you want to call her that.
Well, I mean, at least you didn't go full like stereotypical and use a stove.
Just something really cartoony, running through the house. 2 guys carrying a stove through a house.
That'd be awesome. I would love to see that. Oh boy. All right. Let me see what we got. I figure shoulders. Did you get that picture that I sent you, that cover with the Out of the Silent Planet?
I want to say yes. I have to look at it again.
Yeah, I might have just sent it to you seconds before I essentially, but I mean those guys look like cross between seals and otters.
Ooh.
I mean, for those of you, wondering what the hell I'm talking about, I sent Dante a picture of a cover. I think it was the first print of C.S. Lewis's uh, first book in science fiction trilogy called the Out of the Silent Planet. And everybody knows C.S. Lewis from the Chronicles of Narnia, but he did some other notable works as well.
I love I love the name. It sounds so old school sci-fi. Silent Planet. It's like Planet X or like creatures from Planet Zero. It just has that kind of sound to it.
Well, if you think those are something, the sequels following it, one it's called Paralandra, which is supposed to. It's another name for Venus, and the third one is called the Hideous Strength.
Ooh.
And then there was another. There was another one that was supposedly taken between, Out of the Silent Planet and Paralandra, but the guy who's supposedly going through all of C.S. Lewis's works only found part of the manuscript. It's an unfinished one. It's called The Dark Tower.
Wait, wasn't The Dark Tower also a title for what's his name?
Yes.
Stephen King, right?
But the published, well, sort of half-published one came out in '77, and Lewis must have written this back in the '50s.
Ah, gotcha.
So he kind of beat King by several decades. But I mean, it is a good read. I want to say I read all three of them, like maybe when I was about 10 or 11. But that was in elementary school, and they were in the school library. So, like an idiot, I couldn't just say I lost them and just didn't bring them back. I mean, it's a Catholic library. What are they gonna do to you?
Many moons ago.
Yeah, decades. I don't know what I'm doing. Dude, is this making any sense to you? Because it doesn't to me.
Just keep going, man. You literally so far you have a shape for a body, and some detail for the head. Just keep going, you'll get there.
Yeah.
It's like right now, I feel guilty because I am semi-tracing these photos, but of course I plan to like do editing to them to make them like actually mine. But I'm just having so much trouble posing like different scientists or like different like science workers in interesting poses. So I've just been looking up like tons and tons of like references of people in lab coats and stuff. It doesn't look that great in my opinion.
Well, dude, I mean, come on. You're using reference. I mean, dude, if anything, put the lab coat thing as an underlay and just, I wouldn't say trace it, but just glean a little bit from the actual reference.
Yeah, I'm tracing like the basic like angular shapes of how the fabric bends around their like just how like a suit bends compared to like jeans or whatever, like, and then from there I'm gonna like read through the face and everything.
All right. Yeah, I mean, as long as you get the general shape, I mean, it does. I mean, I know people like to stigmatize tracing, the ugly word, but I mean, it's just it's how everyone learned. It's how everyone got better. doesn't look too. No. Okay. Let me see. I have no clue what I'm doing.
Also, it doesn't help that for a while in these streams, I was like leaning towards my more scratchy, like broken up lines when of inking, but I realized the first batch of drawings I did for this had like cleaner, continuous lines, so I couldn't like change the style part way through. I was like, damn it.
Well, I mean, you could always redirect the style by redrawing them, but
Yeah, I don't have to draw
You know?
from scratch. Yeah.
just in front of you. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Anybody out there watching this, just let me know when I'm going a little off.
Off in concept or off your rocker?
No, a little column A, a little column B, you know? So. Do, 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 do.
Actually, with that being said, I'm going to go and adjust your window. That way, does that work better? I think that works. Let me see if that works.
I don't know if I should have fingers to this going underneath or.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. Mm. The trifecta.
There we go. Yeah, I had to adjust your window on my side, so I basically moved the box that way they could see where your feet are at. Are you giving them little stubby feet, little stubby legs?
That I don't know, because I'm trying to I wish I had an image of it, but the that book that I sent, the image of that cover that I sent you, that's essentially what I was going for, with like the long gangly, you know how they in I don't know. I mean, I guess the closest thing I can basically say is the do you remember from the I guess the Young Justice cartoon, the true Martian versions of Megan and John Jones?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something along the
Okay.
line of that, but not as bulky, not as muscular in frame.
In the midsection.
These are more wiry.
Yeah, I get you.
These are like these are like wiry armatures with hellacious like hands and dreaded faces, you know.
Okay.
So it's just like like any kind of horrors can come from these three parts of the creature's body. May have actually given them a name. Huh.
I'm trying to draw freaking fingers. Fingers are hard.
Tell me about it. That's why I just fake everything.
Fake it till you make it.
Making it. No, that's I don't think that's public domain. I think that guy's still alive.
Unless you sing it extremely like unless it sounds exactly like the guy, I think we're good, Joe.
Yeah. I was thinking of the one that David Naughton actually sang back in the 70s. I think I may have actually figured out the names for these guys.
Have to admit, the short legs makes him kind of cute.
I know, but there's a part where like I have him like chasing someone, and the legs actually get longer.
Oh, they grow. Ah, okay, yeah, that's that's unsettling. That's very unsettling.
It's kind of like they're kind of like a cross between, I guess you could say Spider-Man and the Landstriders.
Ew.
Yeah, very. I know, but that's what I'm visualizing with the way these guys like. I mean, they can run, but they can also go on fours and scale scale things very fast.
Like, I'm imagining this like in an actual like animated or live action scene, and that is generally just unsettling. Like, they kind of waddle at first, but as they chase you, suddenly the legs just kind of like grow outward. That's
actually not a bad thing.
That's good body horror.
That's actually not a bad idea. I didn't want this thing attacking our hero just out of nowhere. I want to see maybe it resembles like a plaque or something like that. The guy just picks up and he looks at it, and tosses it away. Then he goes to look it back. It's gone, and then you just see this thing emerge out of the shadows. You just see this symbol, and then you see like the teeth and the frickin', like basically wrapping itself around this guy like a cocoon.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. I've been reading a lot of Stephen King lately, so. Probably not the healthiest venue of inspiration, But in any way, I mean, this actually did spark from a Stephen King story, where I felt they didn't go all the way, so I'm like, I figure I'll go the rest of that way.
Inspiration, that's what it is.
That's it. I think Neil Gaiman said it best. He says, look to something that inspired you and you loved as a child. Like, let's see if you can take a spin on, like, let's say, for instance, he did this book called The Graveyard Book, and it was kind of like, I was just like, when he mentioned Rudyard Kipling, who did, the Jungle Book, I'm like, oh, wow, Graveyard Book, Jungle Book, where instead of, Mowgli being raised by, um, animals, this guy's raised by ghosts.
There was a animated short that came out years ago. It was on YouTube. So it was like a student film, I guess. And
Yeah.
it was meant to be, I guess, a semi-pilot, but I don't know how serious they were about making it into a series. And basically it was dark humor where like a little girl is burying like her pet turtle or some pet animal at the graveyard, and she's crying,
Yeah.
and her parents say, death is nothing to be sad about. Everything dies one day, but it's and they're basically like everything dies one day, but we're still here with you, and then like the parents just die, like I think a tree hits them, like a tree falls on them, so she's in the graveyard burying her turtles. Well, when her parents give her the story about how like we'll be here for a long time, but death is still natural, the parents die, and then it flashes forward to when she's a teenager, and it turns out she was raised by the ghost in the graveyard until she was a teenager, and now she's going to school. And that was like the pilot for like this really like dark humor animated short. And I don't know, I'm sure it's still on YouTube. I never know what they did with it though.
Yeah, kind of like like we spoke before about it, Mina and the Count.
Oh, I mean, and the Count. Yeah.
From What a Cartoon. I wanted that to be a series. I mean, come on, damn it, guys, come on, Cartoon Network. Mark Hamill is still alive. I mean, he can reprise his role as the Count.
I forgot that he was like, I forgot he was the Count in that.
I loved, and the way he did, he mocked Igor's voice. He's like, please, master, let me pick out the list. He's like, I'll find a lot of, very, very live girls for you. He's like, sheesh. All right. Let's see. Wow, wow, wow. Alright. I think this will make a lot more sense once it's inked. Alright. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me try something. Nah, that won't work. That just looks stupid. So, sorry about the silence, guys. It's just like I become very, very.
Don't worry about it, man. That's one of the reasons why
I become very introspective when I don't know where the design is going.
Well, once again, that's one of the reasons why I'm happy I have like now we actually have a library of like this background music. That way I don't have to feel like we're talking every few minutes. There's always like some kind of noise in the background.
Yeah. I mean, it beats that crazy old lady from downstairs. Quiet. All right, let's. Oh boy, no idea where this is going. I mean, it could manifest into many fingers, but I don't know. We'll see.
Funny enough, once again, I'm struggling drawing fingers as you say that.
Simpatico, dude. Simpatico. I don't want to give him Gollum feet. Might work with. Let me see. Sorry about that. I had to do something. I am back though. I don't know whether that's good news for you guys or bad news or indifferent news.
Okay, so I got the general pose I wanted. Now I could do whatever I want with the face.
Okay.
Because her face is like you can tell the art director was like. You can tell the art director was like, look confused, but look angry confused. Oh, so to answer the question in the chat, once again, this is my friend Joe Testament. Joe Testament, also known as Pretorius Rex over on Instagram. He is, in my opinion, a character designer machine. He is just always pumping out. He is pumping out weird creatures one after another with like no restraint. And he has like been my best friend since like freaking high school, which is like what 2000. Like we met him like 2002, 2001.
No, the very first like orientation was like 2000. Yeah, it was 2000.
Yep.
Actually.
There you go.
Man, 23 years. Man, fuck, we're old.
I know. What the hell has happened to us?
I don't know. That's why we look better behind camera.
Speak for yourself. I'm gorgeous.
I don't know. There was one guy on YouTube. He says, I think it's a thing where he says, I have a face for radio and a voice for print. You know. So
damn.
I love that guy. I think I've seen a couple of his videos. He's like, it's something better Bachelor, but you know, I enjoy listening to these sometimes just because I get a kick out of it. I think yeah. I don't know. Do those feet look too generic?
I like them because usually you do big, like you said, usually you do big, like kind of Gollum feet. So I like the fact that these are kind of pointed. Crud. With that said, give me a second. I don't think our viewers can see the feet. I gotta shrink you down a bit on my screen.
I mean, I could just, you know,
No.
embolden it a little bit more.
Give me a second. Let me first adjust.
Do you want me to try and shift my light?
No. I mean, if you need to, yeah, I need to adjust the screen because I'm not getting the full picture in there. But I think now we're good.
You want me to adjust my camera?
No, you're fine.
All right.
Yeah, your feet are on screen, but I'm not showing that though. So I'm fixing it now. But as I was gonna say, you do tend to do like not pointed. You tend to do like big goblin feet. So it's nice to see like pointed like gremlin. These are more like
Almost
gremlin
like-
feet. These are definitely like
yeah,
gremlin feet.
that a cross between Gremlins and Toka,
Yes,
the
yes.
snapping turtle. Yeah. Do have a thing where like maybe these talons, you know, look like bone, but they can also flex and curve. Maybe.
I'm trying to make each scientist look a little different. I'm trying to make them look somewhat scared or angry on these playing cards because they're fighting a monster, right? So
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to like design each one just a little differently. Because I don't want to just copy the freaking stock image I have in front of me. Like I want to at least give them different faces, you know?
Well, no, definitely. I mean, you're just basically blocking out the shapes, but like just draw different expressions to them. Whatever you feel is, you know, the.
I'm debating if I should give this one like big Velma Dinkley. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna give her the big round Velma Dinkley looking glasses, but they're gonna be like those, not aviator glasses, but the ones that Doc Ock wears, where the one that Doc Brown wears, where they're big round, but they actually curve with the face.
Oh, okay, all right, kind of like
Like
what
like
was it?
but like old school welding glasses, I guess you call them.
Yeah, I mean, that could work like that. I was gonna say like Bebop's visors, but you know, that's something I never understood. Like, Bebop and Krang had the same visor.
I guess the character designers just really liked them.
Well, they're kind of cool, but I mean, it's just like. Let's see now. All right, let me start this. You'll never believe what I found at a UPS store of all places.
UPS.
Have you ever seen this size?
12? Don't think I have.
Look at this.
Love it.
I mean, it had a 10 and a 12. I'm like, I've never seen these. I mean, these are freaking huge. Alright, let me see. I think I'll go in. Looks like crap, but
I just realized I basically kind of just drew so I just did the face, and I just realized I think I just ended up drawing freaking Doc Ock from Into the Spider-Verse.
well, I mean,
I basically ended up drawing her by accident.
okay. I mean,
Yeah, what works, what works. I'll adjust it if I need to.
there we go. I can always draw. I mean, I can always draw these studies for like the mouths on these points opening later. I'm just trying not to emulate. What's that? It was the very first villain the Justice League ever fought. Starro.
Starro the Conqueror. Is that his name, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I liked the better stuff in. I like the story arc better in what was it? The Batman Beyond.
That was, you know what was depressing about that one? That like, it's a quick line that you could miss, but they say that apparently he was attached to Superman for like years.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, this was a recent event. Like, Superman has not been Superman for years, but you don't know for how long. And no one freaking noticed. And I'm like, that's a kind of depressing thing to bring up, you know?
Where he didn't even know. It probably wiped away all his memories too. I wouldn't be surprised. You, but the thought of you. I always hate that.
What?
How how some inks never translate over your pencils very well.
Oh, instead of going to the paper, it like gets lost in the lead or something. Oh, I'm liking that.
No,
Like,
no, no.
is that like an
No.
energy effect you're giving him, or like a fire effect?
I was thinking maybe almost like a you know how you have those like protruding stuff like on like certain fruits and cactuses,
Oh, like, okay, like a prickliness to it.
like barbs, like micro barbs. Like,
Oh,
like if you
oh,
get-
like the fuzzy prickly stuff on cacti. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I hate those. They get like they like hair pretty much. It gets like into the skin. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god. Ugh, damn, Joe. Like from a distance, he looks really cute and fuzzy. Then you realize it's not fuzz. It's that freaking cactus stuff.
Oh yeah, forget about it. And this is gonna be all over his body.
Freaking-
Alright.
Freaking monster.
I gotta go fast, otherwise I get too anal retentive with the. Okay, here we go. Yeah, God. Yeah, I gotta do something where he looks a little bit more terrifying. Anybody watching?
What I hate about my secondary device, it says one person watching. I think it's just my
okay.
buddy hanging out, which is nice.
Oh, okay. We're happy that you're here, dude. Believe me, trust me, we're happy that you're here.
We're legally obligated to say that.
Not really. I mean, I can basically.
I can lie through my teeth if I wanted to.
Well, I mean, I could basically be brutally blunt and honest. just the thought of you. I don't know. This has some sort of like Oscar the Grouch feel. I don't know why.
Like I said, it could be the fuzz.
Yeah, I mean, it's really.
It's not bad.
I mean,
I like the way it looks.
I mean, there's just something so disgustingly cute about this.
Once again, he looks cute, but then when you imagine like the bottom limbs stretching out and his back curving to be more hound-like,
and the teeth opening up in these 3, or actually 4,
like the asymmetrical side mouth. Yeah, dude. Like I draw this, and then eventually,
the mouths are gonna open up here.
Oh, okay.
You know.
But like draw this, and then draw him on all fours like later on. Like draw him in his secondary shape. Like definitely get that character sheet done, you know?
Like almost kind of like almost kind of like what Lupin's werewolf form was in the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah. But with like the, because you could have it where it's fuzz in some spots, but then becomes actual cactus prickle like down the spine, just like patches of like porcupine almost.
You have like someone tries to touch him, his skin is almost purely defensive.
Yeah.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, have this, and then you could draw just a secondary version of him, kind of like the Lupin look, just more aggressive looking. It's good. It's good stuff.
I hope so, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I'm just happy this face is coming out okay. I've just had a lot of trouble drawing like people faces lately.
Oh, okay. That didn't work. All right, I gotta. Oh, okay, good. And no pun intended, presto. No more mark.
The good old. I love that stuff.
Oh god, this is like my go-to like whiteout, and these are good for like shading and lighting effects too.
You know what I like using? The ones that do like a belt strip, but those little plastic things tend to break so easily.
Yeah, I mean, plus it's kind of like a silly string type of thing, which I kind of always hated. Let's see, I lost my pen. No, I got it. Never mind.
Everyone stay calm. Stay calm. We found it. It's okay.
It's okay. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. We can do that for you. No, never mind. Don't beat yourself up. I know some Teamsters that owe me a favor.
Don't let life stress you out. That's our job.
That's it. I always love those Be a Man segments.
From where?
It's on TikTok. He says, "Don't let someone ruin your day. Ruin it yourself. Be a man."
Be a man.
Yeah.
Oh, those. Okay, yeah. For some reason, my mind went to like these. Admittedly, what the hell just happened? Sorry, I'm looking at two different layers here. The admittedly kind of racist skits from Mad TV, where she goes, "Yeah, he looking like a man."
Oh god.
Which she plays like a really confused Chinese woman who just never knows.
Oh yeah.
Well, like that's her default. Her default thing is to say yes to people.
Oh god, yeah. There was one that I was like It's like build a snowman out of dog shit. Be a man. You know, it's just like
What?
No, they got a whole bunch of them on YouTube. They have like. If your wife's getting ready to leave you, help her pack.
Be a
Be a
man.
man. You know, it's just
That strangely is poetic. I have to admit that one is kind of poetic.
that's it. I mean, that's fuck. You know. All right. There we go.
I'm giving her the Rosie the Riveter like bandana. I will go
Yeah.
online and look up reference, but to do that I have to open up yet another window, and I don't want to open up like 15 more windows on my computer right now.
Don't open up the window. It's cold out.
Kidding me?
You're letting a virus.
Oh
No pun
god!
intended.
Oh god! It's in the house! It's in the walls!
Wow. Straight out of H.P. Lovecraft. Wow, this is starting to really look disgustingly cute.
That's the good thing, man, because it's the other form that's really gonna make people nervous when they see it.
It's like Elmo.
Oh, I did it. No, Dante. Bad Dante. Undo.
What's the bed?
Ah, I knew it. I merged the wrong layer, and I have like orange on an ink layer. I can fix it. I can fix this. I knew I had merged the wrong layer.
Merged. Sorry.
Ugh. I'm sure there's a bunch of artists right now who might be seeing this going, oh no! It's like when you draw on the sketch layer by accident.
You piece of shit. You screwed up.
They screwed up everything. A lot of people I'm sure out there know this feeling. I'm just right now trying to... This is why I always sketch in a different color, just in case.
Alright. I think I got some shadows. I still don't know what I want this like eye to be, whether it's like a metallic cylinder or something, or
Well, is it like biomechanical, or is it like...
I don't really know. I was thinking maybe these creatures are like formed from three types of like materials, which actually is poetic with the three cylinder thing. And
the three
try-
materials, one is cuteness, one is murder, and one is indifference.
So it's like instead of the three gifts from the three wise men, it's the three curses from like three hellions. I don't know.
Now, because what I'm drawing now is going to end up being, playing cards, which are only like 2.5 by like 4 inches at the most, I think.
Yeah.
I have to also think about how much detail I actually put into these, because some stuff, freaking like Magic the Gathering, have like insane detail with their drawings.
Oh, forget it. You look at artists like Jeff Miracola and like I think he actually has some awesome painting videos on YouTube, man. He did one of like an orc, and he did this really crazy kind of twisted soul type of thing. and I don't know. It just freaking looked fantastic.
Yeah, I'm
It
debating.
is.
Yeah, I'm debating how much detail to give these guys. I'm keeping it relatively simple. Um,
I don't know. Me, I have no idea how much or how little uh detail to give to this guy.
Joe, you are an animator's like nightmare. You know that, right?
So I'm basically the white Yoji Shinkawa.
You are. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Like I look at your stuff.
The guy who designed stuff for Metal Gear Solid. Like some of his stuff absolutely made no sense, and you can't follow that as a 3D modeler.
It's like how Flora Dairy, when he did all the Transformer stuff for the movie, they had to like they had to like redraw it and like drop half the detail because it was just way too much.
Oh yeah, no, forget about it. That was like, I'm like, they were like geometrical messes where it was just like, oh okay, these are not the guys I grew up with, you know.
It was still cool, but like they were just too much detail for like an animator to handle.
I'm sorry, but like, without the headpieces and stuff like that, I wouldn't know, like, if it was Ironhide or freaking Optimus Prime or, I mean, damn, Megatron. Just like I'm like,
Well, you're talking about you're talking about the new movie. I'm talking about the old movies, the original movies. Like Florida.
no, that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about too.
Oh, okay, because Florida did
The-
like the
the-
Junkions and stuff.
The Bayformers.
No, not the Bayformers. Floridary did like Unicron and the Junkions, but he covered them with spikes and panels and like.
Oh shit! I completely forgot about that. I'm like,
Yeah, his stuff was
That's
beautifully done, but you
that's
couldn't
like
animate
that's.
them.
Yeah, I was just like, it ended up being like trashed, and it's kind of like 1966 Batman. My mind just blocked it out.
But speaking of being trashed, apparently at like, I forget. It's always like in the UK. There's like a Transformer convention. It's like strictly Transformer convention that they have every year.
Yeah.
I think it's BotCon. I think that's
Okay.
the one. They found like the original draft for the first movie, for the original like cartoon animated movie, and
Okay.
so they found the original draft, and they talked. They didn't do like a full reading of it, but they pointed out like certain highlights that were just weird, and they got people to slash photo edit slash draw in the original style of the animated movie scenes in the original script.
Oh, cool.
And there's like crazy stuff like the Sweeps were originally going to be like a Gestapo kind of group, seeking out like Transformers around the universe.
Well, that's what the sweeps were.
Well, in this, it was more. This script was definitely more like, well, Indiana Jones is popular with Nazis. Let's kind of go with that. And they were like, yeah, like some of the designs, like that's a Nazi helmet. That's obviously a Transformer wearing a Nazi helmet. But
Yeah.
but they did have some cool designs, and apparently there was. And I mind you, someone went ahead and drew this beautiful, 1980s style Transformer movie character. They drew these characters that were never in the movie, and one of which was a diesel train, like a freight train, that transformed into a bullet train, that transformed into a snake during the attack on Autobot City.
So that was almost that almost sounds like well, I mean, not like Astro Train, but it kind of reminded me, and this goes back to like the early issues of Captain America in the 40s, where it was kind of like a Nazi train, where it had a drill on the front of it, and it was basically going under and burrowing and basically sinking major cities.
Well, this one was a good guy. In the movie, apparently he's transporting fuel. In the original script, I think he's transporting fuel to the city, when the city gets
Yeah.
attacked. So he's like the first defense. But they never put him in the
So he's like a rescue bot.
in a way, but they never put him in the movie. But the artwork for it is so authentic looking. Like they got some people to mimic that Japanese anime-ish early Transformer animation. It looks so damn good.
That's cool. No, that's definitely. Yeah, I don't know. This guy's starting to really look weird.
I like him, man. I like him. Just like I said, like I feel that when you draw the secondary form, like really make the feet with like talons.
Extreme.
Yeah, but like
Extreme.
give him like talons and like more flesh, less fur, but still give it maybe like fur off the shoulders that goes from soft to spiky. Like you're stretching out this body. Think of what's that Mexican type of dog? There's a type of dog in Mexico which is like hairless and it's kind of ugly. It's known for looking ugly with his tongue hanging out.
Oh God, yeah. Kind of looks like the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, like go from this to once again that Harry Potter like Lupin stretched out form with like the mechanical eye, the mechanical forearms, and just like
Yeah.
I like this design and I want to see what it turns into. You know?
Yeah. Okay. This is gonna need a lot of like dry brush water and then ink. How we doing on the video?
I mean, it seems like everything's coming across clear on the
Nice.
on my secondary device,
Nice.
so that seems good.
Nice. That's what I think I should call this thing.
But
Like if it's made out of three different materials and three different things, what about the trifectoids?
ooh. And when you add the word oid, it makes you think automatically that there's more than one. Like it's just a bunch of like faceless goons.
Yeah, because I was also thinking like this could be a major part for like one of the big one like the main leader of these guys could be like a big version of this, but at some point in like the story, or like let's say if they go to that realm, it'd be kind of like, you know, how the spiders turned into that face, the Arathams basically turned into that face in Dark Crystal.
Oh yeah, that was so weird but enjoyable.
Something like that, you know.
You
like
could
a cross between
you
that-
could tell that was like a kind of love letter to Labyrinth when they did that.
Oh yeah, no, and Kevin Clash basically said that was freaking one of the biggest pains in the asses to actually puppeteer.
In Labyrinth,
know?
you mean?
Yeah,
Because Dark Crystal, I think that scene was computerized, right? Yeah, I think that scene was computerized.
yeah. But it was done. But it was done in the way that like someone actually did, like, try to do the preliminaries for it. Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, aside from some adjustments I'll do once I get better reference, I'm pretty happy with the line work I did here.
I think this was actually my initial design for that.
Ooh. Are those like flame eyes? Like what are those exactly? Those like extensions where the eyes would be.
Like I think those were like their eyes, but they're sort of like pieces, like imagine let's say like a cross between like rear view mirrors and like sunglasses sticking out of like the bridge of a nose.
You know what they made me look? You know what they made me think of? Let me see him again. Put him on camera
What's
again.
up? Yeah.
They look like the front half of spider mandibles, as if the back half is extending to where the ears would be. Like as if he has no eyes, and it's just like from the ears you have the. Think of it this way: from the ears you have the bicep of the mandible, and that is the forearm, kind of covering the front of the face.
Yeah.
Like that's
yeah.
kind of what I'm getting from that because of the shape.
All right. I definitely gotta tuck this away. I got this guy. I don't know. I don't
He
know
looks
where
so
this design
sassy.
came from.
He looks like is he
Yeah.
leaning on? Is he like leaning on a table talking to someone? That's what it looks like.
I was gonna draw a cane.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's I don't know. He looks kind of battle worn. He's like your typical like laid back villain. I don't know. It's kind of like it's kind of like a cross between Palpatine and Dooku, where it's just like I'm like I can picture Christopher Lee voicing this character. You know? I don't know. All right. Not looking too bad.
And I'm just right now dropping some flat colors into this picture. I feel like what's gonna sell it, even if I keep like the imagery like simplified, I think what's gonna sell it is that since every human's holding some kind of like fire implement, I feel like I need to like work the lighting into it. Like I feel that like I need to actually focus on like the lighting that like every image with the human, their main source of light is a really dramatic source coming from whatever they're holding. You know?
A new meaning to the word firearms.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I had one character named Firearm where his whole right arm actually turns into like it's almost like a dwindling burning matchstick, but it's contained and he can essentially melt anything with that arm.
Okay. Right now I'm drawing some random skin colors. Like I'm trying to let you know, skin tone, the hardest thing in life. I'm just trying to do like different skin tones for each character. Even though I might have multiple characters who are white, there are different shades of white. You know, there's like the pinkish white, there's like a pale. So I'm just for each one I try a slightly different skin tone and see what works. I find in one of the drawings I did the skin tone, and it just wasn't really working for me. And then I went to the what's it called, the curves. And in the curves I tweaked it a bit, and it just like it hit just the right spot. I'm also trying to switch it up where I don't want every character to just be a guy in a lab coat. So like for this one, since I'm giving her the big like leather bound goggles, I'm giving her like leather gloves as well. One guy I might make look more like a janitor, like wearing one person's wearing scrubs, one person's wearing a raincoat, not a raincoat, like a hazard kind of like a chemical hazard coat.
Oh, the hazmat suits.
Yeah,
Nice.
or even just like rather than just a basic white like lab coat, like something that looks a bit heavier and industrial. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
like switch up each character slightly. Because I already have the inks and the inks and coloring done for the villain characters in this game, or rather, I
Yeah.
have the main boss who's a giant bug, and I've done variations of scientists who have become infected. And for
Yeah.
those, I didn't do like heavy lighting. I just did like flat colors on them. But for the scientists, to kind of give that sense of like dread and horror, they're gonna be like in dark backgrounds with a singular light, guiding them. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's the difference between like a cinematic image and just a stock image of how the character looks.
Well, yeah. I mean, it, I think I heard someone say this before. Like illustrations sell the idea, and conceptual designs just basically show you the mechanics and how it's gonna work. It's not necessarily there to market
Yeah.
to market the product.
It's the difference between a concept drawing that's a basic turnaround and like the character posing for attack.
Yeah. I'm wondering to make the color in this black and gray.
Like his colors?
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like you'll find it out. Like, strange enough, I am imagining. Well, you said he's meant to have that kind of cactus texture, so why not lean towards that and give him like orange and brown tones? And then when he becomes angular, his skin is black and charcoal kind of gray, with patches of that brown like on the shoulders, on the forearms. You know they say like a polar bear is black but his fur is white or something stupid like that. Like the skin is black and unsettling, but the fur is that more brighter color.
Okay. All right.
Just an idea. And don't forget, if as long as you scan it before you start coloring it, you can always do color variants. Try them out. Try different color variants.
Yeah. I mean, I can scan this, print them, and put and do different mock-up markerings on it.
Yeah. Like it drives me nuts when I see it, but I know it is part of industry. When someone does a character design and then they gotta do like 5 sheets of different colors to see what works, I'm like, it is so hard for me to do so many variations of one character if the variations are so minute.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of a stickler for it, because I would probably do that. Right. Here we go. There we are. And
I'm a bit jealous, Joe, because it took me forever to come up with like literally just a woman holding a blowtorch, and granted I traced part of it. You're over here designing an entire character from scratch. I'm like, damn it, Joe, you're making me look bad.
Dude, no, dude, you've done it time and time again. Come on, tonight is just a little slump. You know?
I have to admit, like, as much as I'm enjoying this concept for this card game, I've just been having trouble making these human characters. Which is why I've been relying a lot on, once again, just like a lot of stock imagery and trying to figure out like the right pose and the right look I want for them. If it was just like a literal from scratch fantasy-esque character, it'd be no problem. But just drawing different types of humans, oh, so boring. So boring.
I know. You're like, well, like when you hear people, oh, why don't you draw real stuff? I'm like, where's the fun in that? You know?
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna leave like no tails, no excess, no nothing.
Leave the little Oscar the Grouch just the way he is.
Yeah, until he gets into like a long form.
I really do like it. I like the general concept of him turning into something even more horrific. That's what I'm really enjoying.
Well, the thing that kind of weirded me out in one thing in the original Ninja Turtles series, and it was the stupidest thing, but then it never happened again. It's the first time you see Krang put into his bubble walker.
Yeah.
Then, like as he walks towards Shredder, the legs become longer and it shoots up to Shredder, up to face level, and I'm like, okay, that's disturbing. I know.
They didn't have the budget to do that twice.
No, I mean that's the first time and only time I think I've ever seen that thing with the bubble walker. Let's see, I'm gonna do this. Let's take a brush patch, maybe. Not bad. Yeah. know what I feel is kind of a little bit like this too. It's a little bit of Muckman.
Muckman?
Yeah. You remember from the?
I did.
I think it was.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think it was season 5.
I'm trying to
Of
remember what he looks like because there's so many. There was the garbage guy, but that's not him.
Yeah,
That's who I hit.
Muckman.
But that's him?
Muckman and Joe Eyeball.
Or was he the one they brought back in the new version? But he was like but he became like a legit superhero. He was like, I will be Muckman, and he chose to be Muckman for like forever.
Well, yeah. I mean, it kind of that was the. I mean, that was basically how it was in the original show as well. He says, I'm sure I can find. Give me enough time, and I'm sure I can find a way to, get you guys back to normal. He's like, oh, take your time. He's like, before we were just garbage men. He's like, but now we're mutant heroes.
Yeah.
It's like.
So he shows up. I want to say like 2 or 3 times in the not the newest version, but the 2013 version. So like they establish he wants to be a hero, and then it's kind of like he's there, but he's like a background guy. Strange enough, they brought back the characters that made more comebacks than him were freaking Leatherhead, Pigeon Pete.
Yeah.
It's funny because at first they're like, we could turn you back to human. He goes, I was always a pigeon. Like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't do like a couple of other nods to the original series.
I mean, they had a lot of nods in there, which I'm surprised about.
Yeah, no. I mean, Metalhead. You had a whole bunch of different.
You know what it is?
Guys.
I mean, I can't really speak for Ninja Turtles, but for Transformers, one of the reasons they do that so often is because they're trying to keep the name copyright.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what they had. That's eventually like because if the Marvel and DC thing with Captain Marvel like basically taught you anything is to publish it even when it's even when it's probably going to be a pile of shit, but I mean that's why Doug Menches and Kelly Jones's Dead Man was such an unexpected hit because they were giving it to him just to keep the copyright of Dead Man.
Mm-hmm.
But then it ended up being one of the best-selling series of that year. Let's see. The machine. Sorry.
Absolutely disgusting, Joe.
Yeah. Such a pig. I gotta see what I can do with this one.
Oh yeah, I like that one. That one, I really like the face on that.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta figure out something. I started the thing with her body type over here, but it kind of ended up looking too much like Dreg's body type. Not old, not the one from the original series, but Dreg from the Nickelodeon version of Turtles.
Okay.
Where he was kind of like more of an insect rather than an actual alien.
Oh yeah.
This isn't bad. This isn't bad so far. had these ones that were like alternate designs for my logo.
Oh, give me a second. Oh wow, I forgot about those.
Keep the dinosaur, but like kind of put the in there. Like I was thinking maybe with like this one, it looks like a T-Rex footprint, but sort of have like the hand come up holding like a pencil or something, and sort of like a T-Rex eye behind it, or I don't know. Maybe I should just stick with the one I got, you know?
Yeah, different designs, man. Try different designs. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. How we doing time-wise?
I have no idea. Let me see. When did we start? What about an hour and a half in?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I'm right now just dropping some flat colors, trying to get like the dramatic shading I want on her. Trying to see what works
Nice.
best.
Nice. Okay.
Let me see something. Yeah, most of my stuff most of the older stuff I did very basic cell shading, very limited like blending, to be honest. But
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
sometimes you
You have to blend a little bit.
sometimes you just got to, where it's just like, to make it like fuller and rounder.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can go in with like a brush with a little bit of water and just pat it down and then go over in with the inks.
Let me see. Pen, marker. No,
I always hated that where you come up with like a new method and they're like, oh, you can't do that. They said you can't do that. I'm like, who the hell's they? You know?
yeah.
I mean, back in elementary school, back in like, even from like some of the guys we went to high school with who were the art majors are like, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, who says? I'm like, is there a law like that supports the statement? I mean, yeah, shit. Well, this isn't too bad. where this guy came from.
Is he just like a little piranha head? Okay, is that just the head or is that
I
the
don't
entire
know.
body?
Yeah, that's the entire body.
He is like the most angriest tadpole, and for now I'm gonna say tadpole because the other option isn't safe for stream. But he is the angriest, punkish little tadpole I've ever seen in my life.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, it looks like a like strangely possessed, like, you know those trouts from Mario.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This one kind of came out okay.
He looks so proud of himself.
Yeah. I always loved the 0.05 in the multi-liner because, I don't know, you could get you could at least, you can control the weight of the shading, you know?
0.05?
Yeah, this one.
Oh,
Well, I got the SP multi-liner as well. Because this one I was using the whole time, and you don't get that kind of delicate, I guess, delicate line as you would the multi-liner, you know? Unless it was actually running out of ink. I think we're beginning to see daylight. Okay. I think this image would actually be a good thing for the book. Or even just like as this thing is a silhouette with just these three things showing, you know?
Is he kind of like a henchman? Like, are there like multiple of him? That's kind of the sensation I'm getting.
Because they're like, I wouldn't call them henchmen. It's kind of like the movie Aliens, where it's like, yeah, like millions of these, but there's no leader, you know?
They're a swarm, pretty much, like locusts in a way.
Kind of like the Borg, but a hell of a lot more attractive.
I don't know, man. Some of those Borgs are sexy.
I don't know. It's like I think a friend of mine once called them like like what would happen if like a person in a car wreck got transported in the transporter.
Oh,
I mean, that's basically what.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Like, I'll be honest, for as iconic as the characters are, whenever I saw them in Next Generation, I was like, yeah, the costume department could have done a little better. Like, you can obviously tell it's just stuff slapped onto people.
Yeah.
But, you know, they didn't have the time and money to make it, like, grotesque cyborg. It just, everything felt like, that's obviously just slapped on top of that guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
I
how,
mean,
that's how I kind of felt, yeah.
It was kind of like a cross between Giger and Clive Barker.
Not even. Not even.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, inking is sexy.
It's that cleanup, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, I've gotten past the architectural stage now. I'm doing the provocative ensemble.
I guess I'm right now blocking out colors, trying to get that, like, as, you know, somewhat dramatic shading, or at least show that the shading's coming from a particular direction.
Dude, I wish I had my freaking laptop. I definitely want to see this. Well, when I look through the video later. And yes, I am vain and narcissistic. I like to see myself drawing.
You sit there quietly criticizing yourself.
Ah, you piece of shit! You drew it the wrong way. You were supposed to push, not pull. Pull it, not push. The pencil. Dumbass.
Push. Punch the keys.
Bad so far. And then I go in with a wet brush later to, I guess, make a bolder ink under here.
Mm.
That's one thing I always loved about this. You could always, like, once the ink is dried, you can always go in with the brush to water it down to blend it a little bit more.
will say the one of the tools. I mean, there's so many pen options in freaking Clip Studio.
Yeah.
But I do love like the basic, like when it comes to just doing a light edge, even in because cell shading is meant to be solid, but to do even like a light edge, the pencil tool is great for it. Like
I mean, and
yeah,
and it has a lot of like you can get a lot of different weights out of it.
yeah, exactly. So it's good for when I want to do like, I can still do like 3-color shading, but I can still have a light edge between the 3 colors. But when you really want to blend, it's also good. When you really want to like fully blend. At least that is my hot take on it.
No, it's a very, very, very on point take.
Okay.
Yeah, just I don't know. My back is feeling a little bit twingy today.
Oh,
It's all right though.
it's even worse when you're trying. It's like you ever had one of those back pains where you don't know how to stretch it to fix it.
Well, I mean, doesn't necessarily help the fact that I'm actually sitting on a wood stool. It feels okay though.
I still need to get a new work table because I still find myself leaning way too much. Like, because the chair can't get close enough to the table the way I want it to. No matter how much you try, you just never get close enough to the computer screen.
Yep.
It's funny because you said that just as like some really dramatic music just ended on the stream. 'Cause don't forget, we have some background music playing, so like every so often you'll like make a comment just as the music ends. So you're always on time, Joe.
Except my work.
What's the expression? Call me whatever you want, but don't call me late for lunch or something like that, or late for dinner.
I don't know. I would be like, call me anything you want. Just don't call me collect, because I won't accept the charges. That's the only thing I don't want to be called, is collect.
Is that even still a thing?
Some of it's still it's still, but it's not popular. Because I think what was his name? Gabriel Iglesias did a whole skit about it. He said you had to be on point, you know, when he's like, I'm at the bye. He's like, will you accept the charges? He's like, hell no. He's like, mijo, I see you later. You know?
You ever see the skit he did about how you could tell each Hispanic by how they talk?
Yeah.
It's what's it called? Mexicans always talk like they have all the time in the world. Puerto Ricans talk like they're on a time budget, and Cubans talk like everything's really important, like they're always angry at you.
Well, the Cubans, I always felt like, you know, the Spanish version of Japanese. But
Right to the point. Right to the point. Yeah.
and then well, it's like the Cubans, the Japanese, and the Germans had like the strongest, where like you couldn't tell if you were being yelled at or warned or whatever. I mean, it was just really weird. Really, really weird. All right. Yeah, I gotta go over this with a brush. Oh man.
We're losing you, Joe?
Yeah, a little bit. No, not too much. I can do a little while longer.
Okay. Well, you know me, my streams are usually like 2 hours long. I see some people who like stream for like 3 hours, and I'm like, how do you do it?
Are you kidding? There's one stream I listened to one time. It was like 8 hours long. I was just like, Jesus Christ, guys. Okay.
looks good, man. Like he looks so cute, but like he looks so cute, but just imagine him being covered in that nasty brown cactus fur. It's like, oh, it makes my skin crawl, man.
Yeah. A lot of water. I always loved the ebony pencils. You could get such great layouts with this. Now I'm wondering, whether or not these guys, the trifectoids or the trifecterons.
Well, if they're species, I guess Terrans, Toids sounds once again like they're created for havoc. I don't know. That's the way I hear it.
Well, I mean, these weren't. These weren't created to enforce, universal peace. So, I guess. Yeah, we'll see what's. Yeah, because trifectoid sounds like. Trifecteron sounds like a. I hate to say it, like almost like an external invasion from the solar system, where this is more like from the inside. So a trifectoid might be a better thing for it.
You good, man?
Yeah.
You're making a lot of weird noises over there.
Yeah. Sometimes I make weird noises when I'm kind of agitated where the design's going.
I mean, it's good, man. You're just doing the shading now. I think the main design is good, because I'm guessing the his palms and his eye are the same kind of metallic material, right?
Well, either that or I was planning for it to like just switch like flip. Like let's say if he was gonna do like a like an attack or something. I don't know. I mean, the type of scar would make sense then.
What do you mean a type of scar?
No, the type of scar that it left on the guy's shoulder is reminiscent of this.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's reminiscent of this as well. So it's like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost was like a branding tattoo.
Okay, I think this works. I gave a basic, like, I gave a roughly 3-tone shading, like skin tone, shadow, and light, and then I went and then I went with the pencil tool, and over that I used the pencil tool to give like highlights of the blue flame.
Yeah.
So you know, it's not like 100% realistic, but it shows like the light source. Then I can do a background that will like also like carry over that light source a bit. So I think it works for now.
Yeah, definitely works. What time we got, man?
Like, what time is it right now? It is 10:30, dude, and we are officially 2 hours in.
All right.
I mean, if you're ready to wrap it up, let me just drop a few bits of color in this, and then I think I'll be good to go as well.
All right. Let me do a little bit of touch up here. Maybe in here a little bit.
File and save. All right. Yeah, I mean, I have to erase the color on the edges. I'm gonna do some tweaking to her headband, but yeah, just basic. I gave her basic flat colors, with a little bit of blue highlight. I love your freaking dude for the most evil of Muppets I've ever seen.
Actually, this might not look like a bad Muppet. You should try a felt version of this one day.
I'm imagining that when he's in his more fleshy, lanky form, that
Yeah.
metal disc is more like sunken into the flesh. Like it's like a metal eye with metal rebar around it, like squeezing the skull.
So it's almost like a crater.
Well, think of how Jason's mask after a while begins to sink into his skin as the series goes on.
Like in New Blood and Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, I'm seeing that, but either way, I definitely want to see this long, lanky, fleshy-looking creature with like spikes and stuff. Because that looks like it's gonna be cool.
I'm definitely gonna do. I'm definitely gonna do maybe like around, even if they're like smaller versions. You know, I'm gonna try and do like the long poses and stuff like that. You know?
Man. Make sure you definitely scan this and keep copies. That way you could like try different color tones and stuff.
Well, I got the cam scan on my phone, and if done the right way, I can actually get it like I can actually print them out in like 11 by 8.5 by 11.
Oh, that's right, because your printer has like a little back door on it. You could slide bigger paper into it, right?
Well, yeah, I had the 11 by 17, but like I could do it in a smaller version as well. That way I don't have to waste as much color or ink, you know?
Nice. All right. So you think we're going to call it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was freaking great 2 hours, man. I enjoyed myself.
I'm happy because I finally, once again, like this is there's some projects that I need to finish, but I'm like, oh, I'm just on the mood for it. And this one's kind of been that way when it comes to making these human characters. But now that I have now that I have this character, now that I'm looking at how like dramatic it looks with the lighting, and the fact, I changed the face, I changed a few things about it, so it's not just me solidly tracing a character. Like I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better.
That's
so hopefully I could pick up more speed with this. I'm thinking tonight, before I go to bed, I might just go ahead and demold the 2 wings I've been working on.
Definitely. You should definitely do a short of that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll videotape something. I want to demold them and get them ready because I don't think that will be enough for a stream for tomorrow, and I also don't want to wait until tomorrow if I can. I want to get it done now, and then I'll do something else for tomorrow. But yeah, so I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the music. Stand by. There we go. Turn off that.
Okay.
That was just us talking right now. Let's see. So Mr. 37 in the chat, good buddy of mine. Thank you very much for dropping in.
Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it.
As always, guys, if you're watching this on Twitch, you can always watch other streams with myself and Joe over on my YouTube channel of the Burgos Art, and you can find all of Joe's artwork, not all of it, but you can find a good amount of Joe's artwork underneath Cotorius Rex on Instagram. Please check him out. And I think that's it. Anything you want to add, Joe?
No. Other than that, it's been a good session.
All right. So once again, I am Dante. This is Joe, and thank you for watching. And my typical spiel: like, favorite, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we will see you in the future. Later, guys.
Take care, bud.